Yeah, Patricia, Patricia, Gallagher, Gallagher, Marchant, Marchant. So today is massively historic because we've been validated by the judicial system that indeed child sexual abuse is a crime, that the church cannot protect their own, that they no longer will be able to police themselves, that victims of sexual violence and abuse are heard and believed and not blamed and marginalized, which has been our experience. All these years we were either judged, blamed, or kept out, and they protected the hierarchy. The men who violated were allowed to hide out. And my prayer and hope is that truth and reconciliation can come out of this, because I believe the hierarchy has a responsibility, the institutional church has a responsibility to confess their sins and make amends to those of us that suffered and were suffering because of the silence and because of the marginalization we've experienced. I was in second, and it was the end of my second grade. I was 7, and then I turned 8 in the summer. In the beginning of my 3rd grade year, this young charismatic priest came to Immaculate Heart of Mary, seduced my family, betrayed my father, groomed my family to get into our trust, and then chose me, and uses the clergy sexual abuse is so horrific because the priests, the way they use or have, in my case, he used loving language and lies and deception, and I was a tiny little girl, confused and overwhelmed and not clear, and this was in the 60s. So in the 1960s, nobody talked about sexual violence or abuse. It was just to be served. The church was masterful at protecting, hiring very expensive attorneys to protect their institutional church. That is beyond words wrong, and I would say evil. It kept all of us silent. And this has been long, way too long to wait. This has been going on, clergy sexual abuse, for centuries in the Catholic Church. In the 90s, the police just set up. Many don't want to believe what's unbelievable. They don't want to believe the painful truth about child sexual abuse. It's just so painful to comprehend.
Yeah, that's really okay. I've done a lot of work with the press. No. But yeah. Because you said it, you know, thinking about living. That levels of blame. That's a big already that. I know. Level. No, that's not fair. Oh no, that's okay. I know. There's some. And then I was, you know. Shake your hand, hopefully.
Getting in and grabbing the great shots. Be so kind for me. Scroll through the screen for me if you don't mind.
Do what?
Scroll through that screen if you don't mind on some of that.
So next time
Oh, that's if you're looking over your phone if you don't mind. Shots to just kind of pull it forward.
I'll probably do a long
Yeah, well, let us know. them, and then maybe you'll see you again.
It is long.
A little puff of smoke into your eyes, I promise. One thing I do not do.
It's okay. Thank you.
Those of us that have survived this horror, to have the Attorney General of our state and the Department of Justice stand with us. This is a massively healing opportunity for all, I believe. My name is Patricia Gallagher Marchant. I grew up across the lake in Winona. I went to Immaculate Heart of Mary.
This criminal activity, it seems when I wish
About this because it's trauma. Many can't for good reason. It's overwhelming to revisit, to relive that harm. The Attorney General of the Department of Justice is asking all who have been harmed to call or email. Please, all survivors, this is your turn. You get to tell your story to trusted people. The DOJ, people I know and deeply trust myself, the Attorney General's office. Please, all of you call. Your story matters. It's confidential. You'll be protected. You will get the support you have deserved forever. You will not be marginalized as my family was, or blamed for having our righteous anger about this injustice, or made fun of actually because we keep speaking.
in other contexts to report to that hotline. In terms of legislation, as you know, we've worked on the diocese and the religious transparency and accountability to evolve that religious orders will work with us cooperatively as part of that effort.